Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison. I just want to do a live this morning instead of doing the normal kind of recorded version, just to keep in touch. Basically, it's just to make sure I keep in touch with kind of everybody. I'm just saying this is private just now, but I don't think it is. I'm hoping it's not. Private should be actually live. I'm just going to check it just now. Bear with me one wee second. Yeah, it is live just now. So yes, I just wanted to do a live because I've been doing the recorded versions. Recorded have been working brilliant just now actually, because it's really brought the channel up. We've now got 4,300 subscribers on the channel just now, so the recorded are working just now better than the lives. But I want to do a live every now and again just to keep in touch with you, because I miss talking to you in the morning. I miss talking to the CYT crew as well. I'm just going to see if there's a question in. Marky Habs, doing this ETH bear trade as you're suggesting, it works nice. ETH has been cooperative too. You are the best. Oh, brilliant. Good. So there's been a couple of questions about that as well, so I'll go over that today as well. See if anybody else is in. I don't think there's that many people in just now. Still saying this video is private, but obviously you're seeing it as well, so I can see it as well, so it should be good. Okay, I'll just jump on and jump over to the markets just now, then we can get other people in. Okay, coin market cap. We have a market capitalization of 149 billion. It's gone up slightly, ever so slightly. I do still think this is going to be bearish for the short term, obviously with all the measures that have been put in place in the stock markets, with Trump and with UK and with Europe as well, everything that's going on. But essentially everything's kind of in lockdown just now. We were at the shops yesterday as well, and it's just all sold out. Everything's been sold out, and this was a major supermarket, so we had to travel 3 or 4 miles to get to one of the bigger supermarkets, the all night 24-hour supermarkets, and they're out of stock as well on most things, to be honest. So everybody's still panic buying, so it's just being careful out there. It's going to blow over within a couple of months, I would imagine. I think this will all blow over, the coronavirus, and then the real extent of what's really happening in the kind of financial markets will really hit us. But it'll still be all blamed on the coronavirus and the kind of measures that are put in place as well. Although this coronavirus, we have to keep ourselves safe. So all this, crypto market, stock market, just doesn't matter. We have to keep ourselves safe, especially those that are vulnerable and at risk as well. We have to really stay safe for them as well. Okay, I'll just see if anybody else is in at the moment. We've got a couple of people in. Coin Pilots is in. Good morning. In my opinion, it was the new money from high net individual and progressive fund managers that interrupted wave C. They basically withdrew their funds, and we were left with a low sub 3,250. Yes, I think it could go even to that level again. I think we're going to go down to about 4,800, and then we could test the 4,200 level, but we'll look at that as well. Gordy Boy is in the house. Welcome to you. Morning, folks. Didn't get a notification. Need to do something from my side. It's just hitting that notification bell. I think that's the only thing you can do, and make sure you're getting all the subs. I'll just show you just now what you do. So if you hit that notification bell, you can see all, personalized or none. So just hit the all one when you click on that notification bell. Hope that helps. Gordy Boy. Nels Bull is in. Good morning, good to see you again. Oh, this is brilliant getting to chat with you again. Mike D is in now. Good morning to you. Gino Dahl is back with us. Mervyn Skidmore is in as well. Good to see you as well, Mervyn. I really do miss doing the lives and just chatting with you in the morning, but I understand people watching in on this, me chatting with other people, they just don't like it at all, and I totally get that. Okay, we'll just go to the back to the markets again. I'm kind of out of practice with what to do here, but who's the winners and losers? Lisk is up 15, Wax, Dash, Ave, True Chain, that's a stable coin. No, it's not a stable coin. True Chain, ABBC, Leo, Zcash, Crypto, all up. There's not that many. There's probably about 20% in the green, 80% in the red still. Terra, Chainlink, Golem, Zilliqa, Zilliqa, Status, Chillas, all down as well. Chainlink, surprised at that $1.84, but obviously Satoshi value is a wee bit different. Satoshi value 35,000, so it's not that bad in Satoshi value, because we're looking at getting in under 30,000. That'd have been brilliant, but it did go up to about 55,000, come back down again, so it's still doing okay in Satoshi value. Oscar Ray is in the house as well. Steve, what price do you think ETH might get to? Want to put a buy limit order for around €75 per ETH. Want to load up to a decent price. We'll look at that as well. Oscar Ray, I need to get over 100 ETH before hopefully a long-term bull run. That's the kind of figure I had in mind for 100 Ethereum to get to that. Yes, I've still got it in my... No, I've not got it in the pension. Everything's sold out. The pension pot as well. Huge loss on that. But it could go lower and it could maybe hopefully buy it back as well. Mervyn Skidmore, bullish on Bogro at the moment. Yes, toilet rolls were out yesterday. I think we got one yesterday, a pack, just the shitty ones. Pardon the pun. But it's just the wee... You know, the wee thin ones that your finger goes through. It's just a bloody nightmare. Okay, Ethereum. Let's look at Ethereum just now. What's happening with Ethereum? On the 1 hour chart, okay, so I'm looking short term here. When I'm looking at this, I'm looking short term because this is extremely volatile just now. What's happening in the markets just now? It is going to be short term kind of trading for me just now, in and out at the moment. We can see on the 1 hour, we've crossed down over. We went up on the 7 EMA and the 21 EMA, and I'm changing it to the 21 EMA because of the volatility and the short term kind of trading is the one that's going to work best, I think, rather than doing the 7 and the 50. 7 and 50 is good for longer term, but with this, I think the short term and the shorter term one is going to be better, 7 and 21. So it's crossed down over the 7 and 21 at 117, down to that. Now we're hitting this is the descending triangle we've got here in Ethereum. This is on the 1 hour. Now we've hit the top of that line, and this is a resistance line. Here we've hit the top of that, so it could be that we're going back down to about $96 for Ethereum if it doesn't break out, because a lot of the time in the past, what we've done when it's been a more bullish market, a lot of the time it breaks out of the descending triangle and kind of breaks up to the upside, and we could have went back up to maybe $170 if it was in more bullish times, but we're not. Overall, we have to kind of look at the overall market structure of what's kind of happening around the world fundamentally as well, with the coronavirus, with the quantitative easing that's going on as well, the pumping money in, which is not good short-term solution to a long-term problem. It's not good at the moment. So they're doing that as well, and the whole markets are down just now. So with that being said, we have to look at that descending trial within the context of the whole market, the fundamentals as well. So there's probably going to be a more of a downside for Ethereum and for Bitcoin as well. Because of this kind of descending triangle, I expect us to go back down to 96. Could hit 96 and go down even further than that as well. Now, if we had a measured move, from there, if we're going for a measured move, I'm not going to go to that one, you're just go up to here, and we're going to go into the log as well. We could see a measured move down to $58. So $58 for a measured move for Ethereum as well. Now I'll just move this because that's on the log. And that just slightly. I'm pushing that up to there. So it could see if it breaks down below this 96. So 96 is going to be kind of low of it as well, and I think that's when I'll be looking to get in. Am I bearish on Ethereum just now? I'm bearish on Ethereum just now, definitely. Bearish on everything at the minute, unfortunately. There's going to be opportunities out there. You could short, you could buy back in long term for the likes of Ethereum as well if you think these prices are good, because even if it does go down to $58 in say 3, 4, 5 years time, if it does go up to $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, it's not going to make that much difference. However, if you think about it, if you could get them at $50 rather than $100, it means you can get double what you can. So understand where a lot of people are kind of holding off just now and don't want to buy in just now, and I'm exactly the same as yourself. I'm not buying in at the moment. I'm trying to trade and get more money back. So I've been trading the ETH bears and the ETH bulls from 7,400. It's up now to about 10,800, 10,900. So it's been working out well just now, and I'll show you a bit about that in a second if you're interested in that. But for the moment, $96 for Ethereum. I believe that is just really simple technical analysis. Okay, we have a symmetrical triangle for Bitcoin. This is on the 4 hour. Just now we're at the bottom of that, so it could be that we're going to kind of move out of that. Again, we'll have to look at the context of this symmetrical triangle. Normally we can get a move to the upside as well as the downside, but more likely it's going to be a move to the downside, and it could be that we're going down to 4,600 from here if it breaks out of this symmetrical triangle. You can see the structure has held quite well. There's a couple of touch points here on each side, on the support side and the resistance side as well. But more than likely, because of the context of the whole market and everything that's going on, it's probably going to break to the downside, and looks like 4,600 could be on the cards for Bitcoin as well. Now we could move up to here, to 5,500. We could move up to that level and then start moving back down from there again. We're moving up just now, 4,000, 5,200, so we could get a short-term rally from here up to 5,500, and then a break down to the kind of previous levels and down to 4,600. Now, as I said, within the context of the whole market, we're probably going to get a move to the downside within a couple of weeks to 4,600, or within a week, but short term we could move up to 5,500 ish, and then people might start thinking that's it, that's over, we're going to start buying again. But it could be a short term rally. Again, you could look at the crossovers again of the 7 EMA and the 21 EMA, and look at that for some context as well. If you're trading, if you want simple trading strategy, that's a way to do it. You can look at obviously the stochastic RSI, the RSIs, the MACD as well. You could look at all of that as well, but if you want a really simple strategy, just use your crossovers. And that's a very crude trading strategy, I understand that, but it still works well. It works well, and that's what I'm doing just now. We'll go back to the chat, see if anybody else is in. Azumi, Hong Kong is in. Need some Dolby noise reduction. Is there a reduction? There should be a reduction on it. I'm just going to check it actually. Yeah, I hear that in the background. Yeah, I hear that in the background. Right, so that's not good. So we should have that on already. Audio mixer. Yeah, I've got the noise reduction on. System audio. Yep, so obviously something's not working there, so I need to look at that after. But thanks for bringing that to my attention. And that's happening in the recordings as well when I'm recording it, so I need to look at that again and see why that's not working. So I'll go back to basics and get that sorted out. But nothing I can do just now, unfortunately. We have in Skidmore, lots of pump and dumps on Binance, ideal for clearing bags. Yeah, that's what I was saying the other day as well. Just get rid of the ones, the bags you've got just now. If it's the shit coins you've got and you have doubts about them, now is the time just to let go, clear out, and just say, okay, they've had their time. If it's just still an idea at the time, they've not got anything out, they've not got a good team, they've not, I'll just get rid of those kind of bags just now. This is going to be the altcoin purge. It has to be the altcoin purge. It has to be part of that, because we need to clear out the shit as well and really focus on the good projects. Gino Dow, I'm looking at oil to trade with long leverage buy-in, price is $17. What's your thoughts for oil? That's going to be a tough one for that. For oil, yeah, it's looking really bad at the moment. For $17 though, going down to $17 is going to be a huge ask. But it's at $27.87 just now. If you're looking on the, I have to go down to the weekly. $27, it could bounce from here. It's not been there in a long time, since 2000. This is going back to 2006, and this is 4 years ago. Yep, about 4 years ago. So it could actually bounce from here. We've got support here for oil, if you're just looking at it from a technical analysis point of view, but understanding these times and conditions and everything. Again, the context with what's happening with OPEC as well. You'd have to kind of look at that and go, it could go lower from here, but there's no technical aspect of it. There's no precedent for this. There's nothing. 15th of May 2006 it goes back to. So obviously there will be times when it has gone lower, but I'm just going to see if there's anything else. No, I don't know the oil kind of indexes, the other oil indexes, apart from one I've got just now. So it's a risky play if you could get in for $17. It might spike down to $17 and then kind of bounce back up from there. But $27 here, you can see back in 2016, 2015, should technically bounce from here. You've got a double bottom, a technical double bottom here, and it could bounce from here. But you just never know with this, within the context of what's happening. So that's a bold move, doing that, Gino. With the market crash, there's massive opportunity to make a lot of money. There is massive opportunity. It's just playing it just now, and it's just having the balls to do it as well. And I think that's what it is, and that's why I started trading as well. I thought there has to be opportunities here on the short side and on the long side as well. And this is why I'm using the kind of ETH bears and ETH bulls. Coin pilots, ETH different story, but sub 60 is probably incoming, but ETH has DeFi and the banks are doing everything they can to drive customers to DeFi negative interest versus 8% or 6% on gold. Yes, I think Ethereum has a huge, massive opportunity here, and this is a huge opportunity to buy Ethereum at these prices. As I said, even at $113, but I do suspect it could go lower longer term. 112 just now, 112.79. I'm in kind of USDT just now, but I'd probably go back in to the ETH bear side at these levels, and we'll just look at the ETH bear, see what it is just now. So this is ETH bear. Now, with ETH bear, if you're looking to do this, you would expect with a bear kind of product, i.e. a selling, you're selling off and you're hoping that it goes down further, that you would actually kind of sell at the beginning and then buy back in. It doesn't work that way because Binance can't do it that way. So you have to remember that for you to sell something, you have to own it first of all on Binance. On another derivatives exchange, for example, you wouldn't have to. You could just do a short sale and then buy back in, and they cover that. But with Binance, it's totally different. So you have to buy something before you can sell it. This is why when you buy a bear product, and for example, ETH bear, the price goes up and you make money, but if it goes down, you lose money on it, even on a bear product. On a bull product, just as normal, you buy it and you hope that it goes up and you can sell it higher. But you have to buy something before you can sell it on Binance. That's why they can only do it this way. It's not a normal derivatives exchange. Margins will be different when you're doing margin trading on other exchanges as well. So with that said, if you're looking to kind of trade the ETH bears, and this is on a 3x as well, so it's on margin as well to a degree. Well, it is on margin. So you're looking to trade, I'm trading on a 15-minute chart just now, and I'm looking for the 7 EMA crossing over the 21 EMA, and you can see you're going to be in and out quite a lot, but you're going to catch a lot of these waves. So if you were short here, you just shorted at $36, go back out $29, you could make a fair amount of money then. That's 19-20%. And you'd go on the bull side at $29, you could have got out $32, and again you can do it that way. So I'm out just now, but I did go in about $28 and I got out about $31. So that's kind of worked out well for me, and I'm still trading that. But I should have just stayed in and looking at that, looking at the 15-minute. But that's how you're trading on the ETH bear. ETH bull is exactly the same. So ETH bull will be down just now. And we'll look all and 3x long. And you can see ETH bull kind of went down at $67. So you could have went to ETH bear when you've seen the ETH bull crossing down over as well, and went into ETH bear and started trading there, which is kind of what I've been doing. And this is on a 15-minute as well. So it looks as if it's going to go down. It could come down to around about the $52 level, or the 52, yeah, about $52 for the ETH bull. If it comes down to there, obviously you should still be in bear. If you've got any questions about that, just ask in the free group or the premium group if you're in the premium group as well. I'd be happy to chat about that, because I know you kind of, it's a head flip when you're talking about bears and bulls and kind of trading on them. but that's what I'm finding is working for me just now, because there's the volatility there, there's the liquidity there as well. So just look at Binance at the minute and just have a quick look. I'm not going to look at any news today, so if you've got any questions about anything, let me know as well. Because really the news is just dominated by what's happening in the stock markets, what's happening with the kind of bailout that's going to be coming as well, or that's happening just now, $700 billion from America. They've got billions of pounds in the UK as well, and obviously the euros as well for the Eurozone. So this is Bitcoin going down, 5,139. I do expect that to hit 4,800, then down to 4,600. Is there any winners and losers in Satoshi? We've got list gap in cash, not really. So nothing much there. This is why I'm not buying into the alts just now, not buying back into the alts. So I'm out of alts altogether. Just to let you know, I'm in USDT just now. I sold at a huge loss, obviously, so I'm just trading the way back for that. And it's working just now. I've got 50% of it back just now. So I could buy back the alts that I had at a massively discounted price. For example, DAG, I thought, okay, I could get 260,000 DAG, which could get me a node in the future for $1,500 or something like that. So I'll be starting to look at that once this is once I think this kind of is over. I'll be starting to look at, okay, I need to buy back the alts I want, so I'm going to go for DAG, COTE, SHR, and I'm going to be looking at CHR as well. Taylor are going to be the 5 ones I'm probably going to focus on. There's loads of brown ones. Ocean is out there as well. There's some amazing opportunities out there, but I need to trade that USDT first and get that back. So yeah, it looks as if we're going to come down further for Bitcoin just now. So I wouldn't be looking at buying and holding the alts just now. I still think there's further downside for that to happen. Looking at the stock markets just now, FTSE 100 down 272. That's going to go below 5,000. Germany 30, 8,500. That could possibly go down to below 8,000, which is going to be huge for them. Wall Street down. Well, this is the futures. Wall Street is not down just now, 1,100 points, but this is the futures. It's down at the moment. This is on IG.com, 1,100 points. So that could fall below 20,000 today. And got Bitcoin, obviously, they're down 344. Got about under 2k cases of corona in the UK, 68 million people. Well, I'll say it's talking to my wife about this as well. We had a look at how many deaths are caused by influenza in the UK, and I think it's about 30,000 deaths per year or something. Now, I know this is going to affect most people, but I don't understand quite why this is kind of happening just now. Obviously, I know it's a pandemic and most people are going to get it, 80% of people are going to get it, but they're going to have mild kind of symptoms. It's going to be the vulnerable people that really get it, kind of people whose immune system is low, obviously over the over 70s. My mum and dad as well, they're kind of self-isolating and they've been told to self-isolate for 12 weeks. 12 weeks they've been told to self-isolate. They'll bloody kill each other. They'll kill each other. But that's what they're doing just now. They're self-isolating for 12 weeks. And understandably so. I can understand that. But with the influenza, I don't understand the kind of mass hysteria that's going on just now. And I think it's fueled by the news, social media, everything else. The news, as all the media outlets are really fueling this. I don't know. But it's certainly taking the look away from what's happening in the financial world just now as well. I'm struggling to see this. I forgot I had my new glasses again. Axel is in. Good morning to you. Good to see you here. Mervyn Skidmore, God about ideal opportunity to body bad news. Exactly. Jim Jam is in. Can you make money on ETH bull, bear and choppy market? Totally. If you watched my video from yesterday, I was kind of showing you how to do that. And you could do that today as well. In fact, I should have been back in ETH bear just now. Yeah, so that's gone down. So ETH bear, I should have been back in that just now. So I've missed an opportunity there. 32. Anyways, I'm out of that just now. Gordy boy, crypto can turn around on the drop of a hat. Just get ready for all those gains ahead. Exactly. This is why I'm looking at the short-term charts. The 50-minute chart is going to tell you first, kind of probably what is happening with the likes of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin is going to be the driver, obviously. So on the 50-minute chart, we're at that 70 EMA crossing over the 21 EMA, and that's going to tell you when to get back in to Bitcoin. But we're coming down to this bottom here. We're coming down to the support line of the triangle. At 5,082 or 5,080. If it drops below that, then we're definitely going at 4,800, 4,600, and then we could see a bounce from there up to that 5,500 level again. Rolling record, Bitcoin will fall to 1,000, XRP will fall to 3 cents, Digitex will rise to $30. A Digitex fan there. Digitex has actually held up really well in this market. Coin Pilots, on top of that, ETH has the best card to take over the logistics chain solution to combine SAP, Jet MRP with ETH via Link, RLC UBT, where ETH will function as a trustless accountant layer. Yes, I totally agree. Ethereum for me is going to kind of be the ruler just now, and I'm not going to be Ethereum maximalist, but I just think it's got the best chance to give you a bigger ROI than any other one, even Bitcoin as well. Logistics represents a 50 trillion value chain. There's so much going on for Ethereum as well, but you have to remember they could build on another kind of blockchain. You have to remember that as well. But I think Ethereum is going to give it all the way, especially Ethereum 2.0. Market caps, lots of celebrities getting in politicians, but I know nobody with it. Don't know anybody with it either, to be honest. Wear mask, saying Azumi. We're going to get it. 80% of the people are going to get it, and I don't think everything that, obviously, I'm not saying don't wash your hands and try not to come in contact with over 70s and kind of under kind of 5s or whatever. I'm not saying don't do that, obviously take the precautions, but I just think if I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing on a daily basis. I think the gyms are going to be shutting down, so I can't go to the gym, so I'll just go jogging or something like that. Gordy boy, good point about nodes. Steve, 32 ETH nodes required when staking starts time. It is time to accumulate just now, without a doubt. Well, no, I'm not saying right now, but it's going to be is looking to start to accumulate. And you could DCA in. You could buy $113, then buy $90, then $70 if it does go down. But at least you're buying just now, and you're starting to collect this as well. If we could have bought Ethereum when it was $240 at these prices, we'd have bit somebody's hand off for it. Rolling Rocker, an average of 3,000 people get the virus a day. That comes out to about 1 million a year. It's kind of crazy. Donny Don Matthews and Steve, how about we pull in our ETH and run a few nodes? Everybody put in 2 ETH each, and you can set up a few nodes. That would be good, actually. That would be good. And I think because of the staking and because of the nodes as well, I think it's going to become... I don't know if there could be a flippening as well. There really could be a flippening. I spoke about this before, where Ethereum could actually overtake kind of Bitcoin. I really do believe that at some point. I did believe it last year. I thought it might have happened as well, but it didn't happen. But I'm just getting more and more extremely bullish on Ethereum just now. If we survive this whole thing that's going on just now, Ethereum is going to be the place to be in crypto, I think. With that, and this is the ETH bear side as well. So $112 at the moment for Ethereum. Bitcoin 5155. It's just struggling to stay up. You can almost feel how it is struggling just now, just to each kind of move up, or each $100 up. You just feel the strain of it. Obviously the volume's not there as well, and it's just inevitable that it comes back down again, unless there's a big injection just now. So the only thing that could really happen just now to really push this up is for the institutions to say, okay, enough's enough, we're going to start buying at these prices, because obviously the institutions have just got out. They have to. It's once it started dropping, they have to get out. This is why it kept on dropping, the cascading effect. But we might not have stopped just now, but it could be that they just go, okay, they're going to capitulate and say, okay, that's enough, enough's enough, it's too low a price just now. I don't feel that happening, but it could be that that's what happens, but we're not seeing it just now with the volume, certainly. But if it did get down to 3,000 or 3,200 or whatever it goes down to, then we could see that happening as well. They just go, okay, that's it, and we're going to start buying again. And that's when the retail investors are getting out, everybody starts pumping back in again. And we could see something like that happening. I don't see it happening just now. Everybody's running too scared just now, especially the institutional markets. Gino Dow, we may go into world recession. I think that's inevitable, to be honest, Gino. I think that is inevitable. I'm starting to see the effects around about me, around about kind of family members as well, possibly losing jobs. So I'm starting to see that effect just now. I just had a phone call this morning as well. So we are going to see the effects of this happening just now. Pubs and clubs, we're going to see the restaurant industry. We're going to see a lot of people laid off there. That's going to be the kind of ground workers. They're going to be laid off. It's going to be a tough time. Building industry as well. Got family in the building industry. It's going to be a tough time for them as well. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy what's going on. But I do think in 3 months' time it'll kind of all blow over and we'll forget we ever had the coronavirus, and then everything will start to be back to normal, and then we're going to see the extent of the world kind of debt crisis, and then we're going to go into full-on kind of recession mode. Coin Pilot's not a maximalist, but I realise the purge is here. This crash will be epic for most stocks, even the good ones. There's really a problem becoming too big for most projects. Yeah, I do believe that as well. I still think there's some brilliant alts out there that could do amazingly well, and that's the ones I've been focusing on over the last couple of months. So you've got them as well. You know them. Just look at the 10-minute spotlights. They could really kind of work out really well. But for me, I'll get back into those alts, like I said, like I mentioned, and get back into them because a lot of them are really needed. We know Chainlink is going to be huge, so I'm looking at Taylor and Band. For the Oracle kind of solution. Cote, I think, is going to be a big player, especially now as well because of the online market. Amazon's going to do brilliantly out of the coronavirus, so think about kind of enterprise and kind of Cote as well, how Cote is going to be needed if they're going to be using crypto payments as well. So I think that could be huge as well. And DAG, I think, because of the government connections, and I hope you've seen that interview with kind of Ben Jorgensen yesterday. I think that was a brilliant interview about community and much needed just now talking about that. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of opportunities here, but there's going to be a lot of kind of people just going, this is just a nightmare, losing their jobs and stuff like that as well. So we have to reach out, we have to stay together as a community as well and just say, okay, do we need to talk about this? Just be there for the people that are kind of going through this just now as well. Gina Dow, that's why I look at the opportunity to buy, as the last recession made lots of millionaires. Yeah. And we have to think like that because we're looking after number one as well. It's not about, okay, we're taking advantage of an opportunity like this. You have to look after number one. You have to. So it's not, I wouldn't feel guilty about kind of making money from what's happening here because we're all making money. And it's in some way, we're all trying to make money. So it doesn't matter how we kind of do it. We have to look after number one and just say, okay, we have to look at this as an opportunity as well and just say, okay, I'm going to start making money here, whether it be through trading, whether it be through kind of online business or something like that. But it's not wishing this is going to be prolonged. It's just looking after you have to do that. You have to look after number one. And Donny Don Matthew wanted DC into my favourite crypto projects but dried out of fiat, and wife has threatened to leave with a talk of investing her savings into crypto. Yeah, I totally get that. But you might just say, okay, that was a good decision to do, not to buy into anything else within a couple of months. Ron Rocker, you're going to grab a little bag of Digitex before the launch. At the moment, no, I'm not looking at that. I'm just trading my way up just now. So I'm not looking at anything else apart from the ETH Bears and the ETH Bulls just now. I'm just trading on that. I think if you diversify your attention on other things, I don't think it kind of works out as well as just focusing on the one thing just now. For me, just now, because I think this could go lower, and if it does go lower, and when it does get to the bottom, or what I think is going to be the bottom, then I'll start to say, okay, now is the time to get into kind of my favourite projects, or just buy up Ethereum. I might just become buy up Ethereum and just keep buying that, and just focusing on that kind of one project. Crypto Don Wan is in the house. Welcome to you. Somebody who's kind of profited from the shorts, which is brilliant. Good short trading, my friend. Very good. Mervyn Skidmore, is XRP likely to make a bid for Top Spot? Latest Simpsons episode had a load of references to it. XRP, I've never looked at that for it. I still believe in XRP. I've told you that the other day, but I haven't looked at it in a while. That's Ethereum going down. I should have stayed in that short. Right, XRP. I'll look at the USD. That's what a lot of people are interested in just now. 14 cents at the minute. I still think what XRP are doing just now are just kind of doing the underlying work, the foundational work just now, and it's all going to come out eventually, but at the moment it just doesn't look good at all. It hasn't looked good for a while for XRP, really since middle of February. So at the moment, I don't know with the fundamentals, with the news and stuff like that as well that's going on, because every kind of piece of good news that comes out about XRP, it still goes down. But there has to be a point, capitulation point, where you just go, right, it's now time to get into XRP. But at the moment, it doesn't look like that time is here just now. Okay, I think that is it for the moment. 27 people watching just now. That's more than expected, actually. If you've got any questions or anything, if you want to know about the ETH bears, ETH bulls, if you want to trade out, or even just any of the bears. Where is that just now? Bitcoin is going down. It's 5,062 at the minute. So it's fallen below that. It's breaking that just now. So it looks like it is going to go down to the 4,800 level, and then down, possibly down to 4,600. It's fallen big time just now. Whereas, and so same with Ethereum just now as well. So we shall see what happens from here. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting times for the next 3 or 4 weeks. Mike is saying, morning Steve, I got my 100 ETH 2 days ago. Excellent for the long term. Would you get another 100 ETH, or should I spread my bets and get some Chainlink? Chainlink I do like, and I think they're extremely important as well. I'm just really bullish on ETH. I can't see past it at the moment for the best kind of alt, but you have to diversify. You really have to kind of diversify. But Chainlink is equally going to be, no, I wouldn't say equally, but I still think it's going to be big as well. Because we need for the smart, Chainlink, for example, is an Oracle solution, and basically the Oracle solutions, basically what they're doing is they're communicating with the outside world. So a smart contract can then get, for example, the price of Ethereum dollar, just something basic. It can't do that just now without somebody inputting that, and it could be wrong. With Oracles, they can do decentralized kind of live prices, for example, and this is kind of what Chainlink's doing, or one of the kind of solutions that Chainlink has, and this is why it's extremely important. For me, I'm looking at the other smaller ones. Chainlink, it's not had its day. It's just, it could go up. It could 10x from here, probably quite easily, and go up to maybe $6 billion from where it is just now. It could 10x, but the likes of Terra and Band protocol, Terra being probably my favourite Oracle solution provider, is under 2 million just now, I think, Terra. It doesn't provide the same solution, but it's in the kind of same space, and it's not competitive. They're not competing with Chainlink. They're actually just a solution that Chainlink has as well. And it could be the customers just go to Chainlink, and if there's going to be a standardization as well, I think it could be more beneficial. So if you're thinking about that, I would look at Terra, Band, Chainlink. I still love as well, as much needed, but I would look at the smaller ones as well. You've got a much better possibility of a bigger ROI should all these kind of survive. They will survive, but I think there's a potential for a bigger ROI. That's why I wouldn't kind of go into Chainlink myself. And I'm not suggesting you don't, I'm just saying I wouldn't do it myself. Junidal, should I put in a short? It's up to yourself. It's risky, but it looks as if it's coming. It looks as if it's kind of falling down here and going down to that 4,800 level. It might bounce from the 4,800 level. It might bounce from there. I'm talking about round about these levels here. But I suspect with 4,800 then 4,600. John Matthew, Steve, any thoughts on Decentraland? I mean, take a risk with a small plot with the bull run. Maybe a CryptoKitties 2.0 craze. I think Decentraland is going to be amazing. It's going to have an amazing run, and it's going to be one of those kind of unicorn kind of things that happen as well. It's just not there yet. It's not there yet. I think there might be more downside, so there might be other opportunities to get even cheaper than this just now, Donny Don. Ron Rocker, what do you think the bottom will be? The all-time bottom for Bitcoin. For me, I just couldn't see it going to below this just now, these levels, but obviously we've had a black swan event, so everything changes. Everything is out the window just now. For me, I don't know why, and there's no rhyme or reason to this, but I'm looking at the kind of 3,100 area as being the kind of bottom for me. Obviously there's a TA kind of point of view from it to that, but there's a case it could be said, okay, we could go down to $1,800 as well. If it goes down below that, geez, there's going to be a lot of people jumping off curbs if that happens. I don't know, for me it's 3,100, say 3,100, 3,200 for that. For Ethereum, round about the kind of $50-60 range as well, so another 50% drop from here. But I suspect we're going to get relief rallies quite soon. It's going to be driven by the markets. Look at the markets. If you want to know what's going to be happening with Bitcoin and Ethereum and the likes, even just Bitcoin, just focus on Bitcoin or whatever. If you want to know what's going to be happening, look at the markets. It's all correlated just now. There's a direct correlation between, if you watch what's happening with the FTSE 100, if you see that going up to say minus 200 or minus 150 or minus 100, then you'll start to see Bitcoin price rising as well. There's a direct correlation at the moment. So there's a coupling there just now, and it could be a temporary coupling, but just keep an eye on what's happening in the markets just now. When you see them going down, Bitcoin's going to go down as well. Mike saying, thanks Steve, my pleasure. ETH1 is in the house, welcome to you. Gino Down, Mike, buy oil. Oil could be good. Good show, Steve, like the live ones. Good luck with the book. Thanks very much, mate, really appreciate that. Coronavirus won't last long, it was made in China. Skidmore, Gino Down, I could sell the mineral rights to my land over parking space. Brando25 is in the house, good to see you back. I'm short from 5,300, good for you. From 5,300. I don't know if you're on margin just now, but that's even if you're not on margin and you're short that, I still think that's good. Okay, I think I'll leave it there just now. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. It's brilliant to get to chat to you again. So thank you very much for your time today. Really appreciate it. And buy the book as well. I'll put a link down to the book as well. I've got a brand new book out. It's all about beliefs. I'll just go. Yeah, it's all about beliefs and how your beliefs can affect every single thing, every area of your life. I'm really excited about it. I really had a blast kind of writing it. Been meaning to write it for about 6 years now, and I've finally written it. And I'm going to be writing fiction books as well as kind of doing the crypto stuff. That's what I've kind of decided on, and just looking at the kind of path I'm going down just now. Although this crypto stuff, I don't know what's going to happen with this crypto stuff. It could be that nobody is kind of interested in crypto in a few months' time. So I don't know if I'll still be in a job here either. But that's what I'm doing, and the book has been one of my kind of things I've been meaning to do for the last 6 years. So it's finally going to be coming out on April the 29th. There is a link down below for the book, The Belief Principle. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Hopefully. Okay, I'll leave it there just now. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate your time as always. Until next time, Namaste. Take care. Bye now.